Howdy folks, Sapper here, aka Sean, and I'm bringing you another installment of the Event Horizon. So I think the last time I did a video, I was here at that. So we were, what, 5 turns in, so I've done another 6 turns. And then I think this is probably going to be the last game that I play for a while because I put in for a transfer to Tennessee. The transfer got approved, so at the end of the month I will be moving to Tennessee, and I will be there for several months, staying with a good friend of mine while I look for a place to live. So I need to finish this game up, and then there won't be another one for a while until I find a place to live there in Tennessee, and then get all my stuff moved out there and get everything set up. And we'll have to see what the job is like. So basically, it's the same job I do here in New Mexico, just going to be in Tennessee. But I think those guys, they are on the road a lot more than what I am here. So that's not the reason I wanted to move to Tennessee. I mean, I'll definitely make more money that way, but I'll also be gone a lot more. But the real reason I wanted to move to Tennessee is because I've got a lot of good friends and family that live out there, and I'm from the East Coast, and so I just want to get closer to them. Not that I don't love New Mexico. I love New Mexico. This is, I think I've said it in some of my hiking videos that I do, that Alaska used to be my favorite place that I've ever lived, but I think now New Mexico is number one for me. And then Alaska would be number two. Florida's number three, simply because, Florida is the motherland for me. That's where I was born and raised. So Florida's number three for that reason. But yeah, I do love it in New Mexico, and I really don't want to leave. But, Tennessee is kind of always where I wanted to end up. And the opportunity presented itself to go to Tennessee, and it probably will never present itself again. So I had to, take that opportunity. I had to take that chance. So anyway, so enough about, that. But just to let you guys know, once this game is finished, you're not going to see any more of this for a while. I'll still be doing hiking stuff, but a lot less gaming. So it looks like, let's see, as it stands right now, it looks like we're pretty much even. Ghost Raven has the combat achievement, and One Shot One Kill has the colonial achievement. They've been going back and forth. Both teams have been going back and forth. Ghost Raven was in the lead for a while, and then it moved over to One Shot One Kill. So let's see here. What do we have? We've got Ironhead McCrae is in Ghost Raven's prison. I believe we had, I think, Odessa. No, it wasn't Odessa. It was her sister, Anra. She was in prison, but the black team staged a breakout and did get her out. So we got her out of prison. Let's see here. Yeah, it's just been so long since I played. I don't really know what's going on. Let's see what we got here now. All right. So we've got Jolie and Aramis over here. Annie Oakley. Where's Annie Oakley? Oh, Annie Oakley. I think she's here. Yep, Annie Oakley's in the labyrinth, and she's getting teamed up on by a bunch of folks. So it's not looking good for Annie Oakley. Zara's over. Well, she's way over there in Lith's lair. Let's see. Okay, Odessa's over here. She's been running around trying to do things and hasn't been too successful. She's really hamstrung by the fact that she can't. So what she's trying to do is, where is it? She's trying to complete this, right? You have to have one melee, one ranged, and one creature. So she gets to draw a card every turn. So she's managed to get the creature, and she's managed to get the ranged weapon. So she just needs the melee weapon, and then she can do that. But she can't she can't trade cards with anybody, and that is what really stinks. It's like she gets to draw a card every turn, but she can't trade them. So she's gotten some pretty cool stuff, but just had to get rid of it, which stinks. So one shot, one kill had this sniper sentry sitting up here. You know, Ghost Raven, Team Ghost Raven went up there and finally got rid of that. And then, of course, Team One Shot One Kill set up another sentry. They've got stuff set up everywhere, and it's really like this whole part of the map right here. The two red sections have been really locked down by the white team, or One Shot One Kill. It has really made things difficult for Team Ghost Raven, but they're slowly starting to chip away at those things. Let's see here. We've got the Grizzly Bear. The Grizzly Bear is still running around. Let's see here. The Grizzly Bear was unleashed by Jolie. She had the Grizzly Bear, and she unleashed it against Henry Kirk. So that Grizzly Bear will only follow him around. And luckily for Henry, so Henry is over, he's here right now. So the Grizzly Bear will start moving its way over. But of course, Henry will probably do something to get dismissed, and then he'll get dismissed to another part of the map, and then the Grizzly Bear, basically the Grizzly Bear is just running around in circles. So it's really not proving to be too much of a threat. Two spots destroyed in the black base, 2 spots destroyed in the white base. So it's pretty much even for the time being, and we'll see what happens from there. All right, so let's see. Team Black on their turn has they've managed to destroy. Jenny McGiddy destroyed the vault, and Miranda Fade, who's there, she destroyed the main gate, which that puts Ghost Raven clearly. I mean, they clearly have the advantage in the base, so that puts them up 2-1. And then Henry Kirk, he jumped into the labyrinth because there was this pesky guardian, right? He got the blind date was already there. He was gonna just beg for forgiveness, but because it's a 7 wits, and Henry Kirk only has a 3 wits, which is awful. However, all right, so Henry Kirk is modern, so it gives him a +1 to wits, and then both of those symbols lined up, which was good. So now his wits was 6. And he was worse by 1. So this is the card that he drew. So the defender was better. So it was a pass. So he actually passed it, which was actually pretty cool. So on a pass, all right. So we have the blind date, an evening out on the town for a blind date. Do you share the date's concerns? Well, it looks like the date was kind of concerned about recycling. Anyway, it's all going well, but you hit a snag with the mint gloves. So the family man had some mint gloves, which wasn't cool. But anyway, he passed it and got a card. And what more could a family man want but some really good sneakers? So that's what he got. Unfortunately, this guardian is still there because he didn't get the white arrow. But at least it wasn't a total failure. He did get a card out of it, so that's pretty cool. So we'll put the blind date back there. Not so much of a blind date anymore because everybody knows about it. And then Spartacus is just going to try. I mean, this labyrinth isn't of his age, but he's going to try to advance the Guardian, which will give Team Ghost Raven the advantage in the future labyrinth right there. So that's what Spartacus is going to try to do. So here's the card that's there. And then we've got Spartacus. So it's an honor challenge. He has a 6. You need a 7, but he shares that symbol right there. So it is basically, he's even. So the attacker is better by 0. Ooh, look at that. That's a pass. So what do we get for a pass? Into the breach with no hope of holding the star system against the enemy fleet. You buy time. Or you must buy time. Spartacus is buying time for a space fleet. That's pretty cool. You fight to the last ship, buying the necessary time. So looks like we get to put a token here, which is exactly what he wanted to do. Now that gives Ghost Raven the advantage. So now all of a sudden Ghost Raven is up 3-1. Spartacus gets 2 cards. Let's see if we can get some melee weapons. And oh, by the way, in some of the turns here that took place that you didn't witness, Spartacus actually had 2 spears, and him and Ironhead McCrae went toe to toe, and Ironhead McCrae almost beat him, but in the end, Spartacus did. He did prevail. I mean, he ended up sending Ironhead to prison. So Spartacus got a Switchblade, which if you look at Spartacus, he can use 2 melee cards in the same melee as 2 separate attacks against the same or different targets. So Switchblade actually helps out Spartacus. That's good. That's a melee weapon. And look at that. He got the Tychus ring. So that is also a melee weapon. Now, can he use both of them? So need a 1 strength and a 2 intellect. Easily have that. Need a 2 and a 5. Oh, but he's not smart enough to use this. Unfortunately, he can't use the Tychus ring. So that stinks. But he was successful, which is all that matters. He will definitely use that Switchblade, though. And let's see. Let's see where Spartacus goes. So he goes to a gray. And there is only 1 spot left. So we'll send him over there. And then that goes there. And then that'll do it for another round. All right, we'll catch you in a little bit. All right, so it is Team One Shot One Kill's turn. It's the start of the next round or phase or whatever you want to call it. I'm not quite sure what they're called in this game, but anyway. So during her free action, she gets to draw a common or a secret card. And this is what she drew. She drew the Taser, and at first I thought it was a gun, but it's not. Or a ranged card, so it's a melee card. So the investment. You can play this card when the condition below is met. If the owner of the secret has a melee card, a ranged weapon card, which is the Gyro Needler, and then 1 creature card, which is Stonewall, then you can discard all 3 cards, then draw 4 elite cards, then draw 4 common cards for the vault. So this could be really awesome. So let's see here. So we're going to do that. We're going to draw 4 elite cards and then 4 common cards for the vault. So we get rid of all of these. So we get 4 elites. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we get 4 common cards for the vault. 2, 3, 4. So let's see what we have for the vault. We've got a Mighty Helm, which gives armor. That's actually pretty good. Does anybody have the armor bonus? Nobody has the armor bonus. However, it would still be a really good card for Ironhead. So that's a good card. And it looks like we have an assault rifle. I think that's what those are. That's an auto rifle. Nobody is good with auto rifles, but we have characters that are good with point weapons. Annie Oakley, can she use that? She needs a 4 and a 3. Annie Oakley could use that, so that will be good for Annie Oakley to the SKS. We have a Lance. Oh, I remember the Lance. Remember, I think it was it Robin Hood on a motorcycle in a previous game? I want to say it was Robin Hood. I do remember somebody on a motorcycle with the Lance, and it actually turned out to be pretty good. So I think it was Robin Hood that used that in a previous match. And then we have the Ames Scouter. Owner gains +1 armor, and then you also gain +1 speed as well. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a really good one. Unfortunately, the intellect requirement is pretty high on that one. So it's probably going to have to be a future character that uses it, and she's the only one that could grab that card. So those are some pretty good cards that go into the white team's vault. So we'll put those there. Unfortunately, they have to rebuild the vault before they can get those out. Now let's see what elite cards Odessa got. Oh, look at that. We've got another Hunter. That one's a nasty one. We've seen that one in a previous game, although I don't think we were able to use it. And she can't use it because you need to have a 7 intellect. She does. Odessa does not have a 7 intellect, and he is a modern character, so she still can't use him. So the insurance salesman's no good, and she can't trade him, so that card's going to get thrown away. We've got some armor. So, she's a future character, so she can ignore the strength requirement, so she can use that armor, which is actually pretty good because her armor is really terrible. So that will be that'll be good for her. She could use that. We've got an ion discharger, so she can use that because she can ignore the requirements because it's the same age. Unfortunately, I think her ranged is actually not too bad. And then we've got a Pegasus. Provides speed equal to 3 plus the rider's honor. What's her honor? Her honor is 3, so she would have a speed of 6, which is no different than what she already has. So the only benefit to actually using this card for her is that you can fly, which means you can go over terrain. But it makes you easier to hit. So the Pegasus could be or could not be a really good card for Odessa. But let's see, that was actually pretty good. There's some really good cards that went in the vault, though, so we have to rebuild that vault. So I just had to make a clarification in the rules. So this is awful. So if the vault is destroyed, cards that would be sent to the vault are instead lost. So that is awful because the Scouter was a really good card. The SKS in Annie Oakley's hands would have been a good card, and that helm would have been really great on Ironhead. So that really sucks. All 4 of these cards go bye-bye. So that's awful. But she still gets to keep all those cards. And so anyway, where was she? Where is Odessa? Oh, okay, Odessa's over here. Where are we going to move her? She needs to move somewhere. She's got the Pegasus, which doesn't help her move at all, but she can fly, which will help her get over some of this tough terrain over here. So what is she going to do? Is it worth her strength is pretty crappy, so she can't steal cards from the Black Vault. That stinks. Stealth is not good enough to destroy the main gate. Oh wait, that's the prison, I'm sorry. So her wits is a 4. So she might be able to raid the vault, but I don't think I'm going to use her to do that. She could probably destroy the headquarters. And she couldn't really do anything. Okay, so what else? What other options do we have for her? Man, this is kind of tough. Let's get her. We will use the Pegasus. We'll use his flying ability. So we will fly. We're going to start, I think, heading over here. So we will. Unfortunately, we can't use. He can't fly with her. So she will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the benefit of the Pegasus for her. And then the footman. His move is 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do that. And then Aramis. Where's Aramis? Aramis, where are you at? Oh, there you are. Found him. He's colonial. What is the colonial guardian right now? So that is a react. So it's a 7 react. So he's better by 1. He shares the same age. And that is it. I think I had him try that and he failed it last time, but we'll try it again. What's his move? His move is a 6. Oh, he's got crickets, so that gives him a move of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. That's that. So that's movement. I don't think there was anybody that could really op fire. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, nobody could really op fire. So melee, nobody's meleeing, so now we have adventure for the white team. Annie can't do anything. Jolie. Nope. He's in prison, he can't do anything. Odessa, nope, nobody can do anything. So that is it for Team One Shot One Kill. All right, so it is Team Ghost Raven's turn, and we just had something interesting. So I've moved all the pieces around, and now I'm just resolving challenges and adventures and stuff like that. So what we've got going on right here, we've got Jolie and Anra in the same space. So here's Anra's text. At the start of melee, which now we're in that phase, if Anra and her henchmen are in the same space as a lone enemy character, which that is the case, can make a wits versus wits challenge. Amaze equals enemy is imprisoned. Fop equals Anra is imprisoned. Okay. Now we have Jolie. All right, so enemies suffer -5 melee hits. So it's a wits challenge, so that one doesn't apply. So that one does not apply. Free action, steal 1 card from an enemy man. That doesn't apply, but here we go. Mental ability. On a hit attempt against Jolie, check luck. On a 3, the enemy switches sides and the attack fails. If the enemy is a man, the switch occurs on a luck of 3 to 4. So that one I'm unclear about. I don't think... yeah, it's at this... I don't know. I'm going to play it as... it's not a melee attempt. Or on a hit attempt. So I'm going to play it that doesn't work. So anyway, so Anra, she did, because her wits are better by 3. She has an 8 wits, and Jolie has a 5 wits. So she did get the amaze. So Anra gets to imprison Jolie. So, but that was a confusing one. So if there's anybody out there that's watching this and could maybe weigh in, I don't know. But anyway, for the time being, we're going to send her to prison with Ironhead. So is that a conjugal visit? I don't know. All right, so Miranda is going to attempt... that's not... this labyrinth isn't of her age, but she's going to just see what happens. She's just going to try to do the war section since she's right there. Let's see here. So it is... I think that's throw. So what do we got here? And coincidentally, Miranda did level up, and she leveled up throw. So let's see if any of this helps her. So her throw is 5 against a throw of 7. So she is worse by 2. And that is a fop. Failure of painful proportions. So basically she gets banished. So what happened? The shot. If you take out the shaman, it will stop the Hooglin horde, but it's a long bow shot. The arrow strikes between your feet. So let's banish her. She gets banished to gold. Where was Miranda? Right here. Let's see. She is a modern character, so we want to try to get her as far away from possible as we can. We also want to keep her away from the labyrinth, so we will send her... let's just send Miranda way over there. And then that goes there. So that was Miranda's turn. Zygoid. Zygoid moved here. He has got some tribute for Lith. He's got... he has got the stupid light. There we go. He's got the golden goose, I think, or maybe it's just a normal goose. Henry Kirk. Where's Henry Kirk? Oh, Henry Kirk is here. I think he's going to try to get some cards out of the vault. And then Spartacus. Ooh, Spartacus. Uh-oh. Looks like Spartacus is going to beat up on Annie Oakley. So Annie Oakley, she has taken 2 damage. Spartacus has also taken 2 damage. What cards does Spartacus have? He's got that He's got that Switchblade, and he's got the Tychus Ring, which he cannot use, but he does have the Switchblade. So he's going to reveal his Switchblade. And then Annie Oakley, I don't think she's got anything. She's got this Friction Field Generator, provides +4 armor against powder long, so it provides armor against ranged weapons. And she's got that Assault Shotgun, which unfortunately she is not strong enough to use. So Annie Oakley has nothing. So this could go pretty badly. So we go in Wit's order. Spartacus goes first with this amazing 8 melee against Annie Oakley's 4 react. So Spartacus is better by 4. And that is a hit. Now, so we have a 6 power versus 2 armor. So better by 4. Attacker is better by 4. That is an amaze. Well, it doesn't matter for that part. But so we get +1 damage. And he does 2 damage with a Switchblade +1, make it 3. So Annie Oakley only has 2 life left. So we can either kill Annie Oakley or we can imprison Annie Oakley. Okay, so you don't get points for killing characters, but what does happen is if your team has, if you can kill, there's some special condition where if you kill so many characters, then you can win. But by killing a character, they're permanently removed from the game. So Team White now would only have 5 activations a turn as opposed to 6. I mean, yes, if she's sitting in prison, you're still not getting an activation, but there's always the hope that somebody from the white team can go to the prison and do a prison break. So let's see. Let's look to see what. So Crackers is controlling Spartacus. Let's see what she would do. Would she want to imprison, or would she want to just outright kill? So Chiropractor Crackers to run away on a desert island. Swam in every ocean. Her pet peeve is loud people. She'd like to meet Mother Teresa. If you can't do it, fake it. Mother's wardrobe. Oh, she's respected, happy, trusting, dedicated. She'd like to meet Mother Teresa too. So that would tell me, is Annie Oakley a loud person? I mean, she does shoot guns. But I'm going to say because Crackers would like to meet Mother Teresa, and she was respected, and she's happy, trusting, and dedicated, she will not have Spartacus kill Annie Oakley. She will imprison Annie Oakley. So the other thing too with imprisoning somebody, I think I need to look it up. I don't remember about the health. I need to figure out what the health is going to be. But the other thing with imprisoning people is they keep their items too. So if you kill somebody, they drop their items where they're at. So the items are not up for grabs. So Annie Oakley will go to the prison, and I feel bad for Ironhead because Ironhead is in prison with 2 ladies, and they're probably not happy. And well, Ironhead probably going to be a miserable dude with being imprisoned with 2 women. So he has revealed his Switchblade. And that was it for the black team. Let's go ahead and... How many turns do we have left? We have it at a minimum of 4 turns left. I don't know if you can see those. So we have a minimum 4 turns left. All right, so I just looked up imprisonment. So when you go to prison, you go there with 1 health. So Annie Oakley has 1 health, and then Jolie has 1 health, and then Ironhead has 1 health. And then also, so Spartacus had this Switchblade, which is a K weapon, so you lose a K weapon too. So Spartacus loses the Switchblade, which, whatever. You know, there's 3 people sitting in the black prison right now, or Team Ghost Raven's prison. So it's not really looking too good. So the only people that can even play right now are Poik, and then Bread, and then the Red Tomato. So not really looking good for Team One Shot One Kill. And if you look there, Team Ghost Raven has 3 achievements. And oh, you know what? I didn't do this. So Team One Shot One Kill, somebody turned in a card. I think, in fact, I think it was Zara. She had some kind of halberd or something like that. So that goes there. So it is 2-3. And I think I need to look up imprisonment and the certain victory condition for killed characters and or imprisoned characters. So there was a little scuffle in the Colonial Labyrinth. Aramis moved in to attack Jenny, and he did hurt her, but then she moved here, and she faced this Guardian. She challenged a Bronk named Fire Eater. He's flat out mean, but you know what? Jenny McGiddy is actually a little bit meaner than Fire Eater because she got a pass. She got 2 cards. So Jenny got the Lightbender, which gives you stealth, which is actually pretty cool. And then she also got this Buckler, which gives her +2 armor against melee only. So she did pretty good. We advanced the Labyrinth, so now we're tied for pieces in the Labyrinth. So that's how the score works. Doesn't matter how far your team's pieces advance. It just matters how many pieces. So we're tied. So the Colonial Labyrinth is, if you look right there, the Colonial Labyrinth is now up for grabs. So, and then the Bronk named Fire Eater goes back there. So that was Jenny. So Anra moved to the Merc's spot. He did shoot at her and he did hurt her. But what she is going to try to do... Alright, at the start of melee, if Anra and her henchmen, and they are, in the same space as a lone enemy character, and henchmen do count as characters, you can make a wits versus wits. Her wits is 8. The Merc Sniper has a wits of 4. So let's see if we can get that amaze result. So Anra is better by 4. Look at that, we got an amaze result. So the enemy is imprisoned. Wait a minute, is that what I wanted to do? Let me imprison this Merc Sniper. I'm assuming you can... This prison's getting full over here. So let me double check that though. Alright, so I looked, I couldn't really find anything that says that a henchman can or cannot be imprisoned, so guess what? The henchman is now in prison. Let's see, Miranda Fade, where is she? Okay, Miranda's over there. She cannot do anything. Zygoid, he's moving there. He's got the goose. He's going to try to get it over to Lith. Henry Kirk, he moved to the vault. He's gonna get some cards out of there, but that's out of free action. So he moved first, and then next turn he'll be able to do something. And now Spartacus is going to challenge the Labyrinth. So what do we've got here? So Spartacus is going to try to take the shot. If you take out the Shaman, it will stop the Hooglin Horde, but it's a long bow shot. All right, so what do we have? So it's throw. Spartacus has a throw of 5. He's got the same H, so that gives him a 6. You know what? He is worse by 1. You know what? He'll take a gamble. So, wow, would you look at that? Defender is better by 1. He got an amaze. That's crazy. These cards don't happen too often. And look see how it gets progressively worse. But that's pretty good for Spartacus. So what do we get? We get a bunch of stuff maybe. So that is the honor bonus. So Spartacus has an honor of 6, so we get both. We get 2 of those honor bonuses. So that was actually really good. So let's do this. So we move that to there. So now all the ancient Ghost Raven characters get +1 move, which is only Spartacus. He's the only one. He gets 2 cards, so hopefully we can get some melee weapons. He's had quite a few good ones, so got the Barbed Tongue, not a melee weapon, and then he got the, ooh, there we go, Plasma Sword. Can he use it? He needs a 4 strength and 6 intellect. No, he's not smart enough. That would have been good if he could have used it, so that's kind of like a lightsaber, I guess. So unfortunately, Spartacus can't do anything with those 2 things. Let's dismiss him. he goes to gold. Let's move Spartacus over to here. We're going to try to get him to here, and he can cash in some stuff maybe at the labyrinth. And now let's see what we get for our honor bonuses. So here is the first one. We read that right there. You can ignore the dismiss or banish of this adventure and remain on the space. Ooh. Well, that would put him, I mean, he'd stay here in this spot, so basically he could just kind of maybe hit the labyrinth again. I think I'll do that. So he is going to stay right here. Now let's see what the other honor bonus is. Draw one common card for your vault. All right, let's see what we get. And he got, or the vault gets, the hunting vest. So basically no card carry limit. So that goes into the black vault. All right, that goes there. These go there. Spartacus goes back to here. I think Spartacus, I mean, this right here is basically a way to help remind me of who I think the MVP of the game is at the moment. So Spartacus put Ironhead into prison. Spartacus just did really good on that adventure. You know, he's been tangling up. So I think Spartacus so far is the MVP, and that's basically what that's for. So that is that. The adventure phase has been completed, so we'll put the next turn right there. And now it will be, let me see, we've got 5, 10, 14 turns in. So I guess that will do it. I'll go ahead and I'll get this video loaded up because I don't want them to get too long. This is probably looking at like 20 or 30 minutes right now. So I'll start up the next one. But anyway, until next time, thanks for watching and keep on watching.